Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
August 14th. A day that is very special to me. It means a lot to me.
What does that mean to you?
Nothing. I just...
Idiot. We just had lunch.
We did.
Pulling back the curtain here.
We're fighting food comas.
Recording 2 episodes in one day. Dave changed his whole outfit. I had to change my hat.
Because I'm a professional.
That way, when the clips, you can be like, oh, that's that episode with the red hat.
Yeah.
Luis took us to his favorite taco place, LAX Taco.
It was good.
A lot of planes in there.
I ate way too much.
It's near LAX.
I pooped.
Yeah, Dave took a... It's gross, dude.
What?
The bathroom door was like 10 feet away from our table. And I'm sitting in there, and I realized you've been gone a long time because Louise and I were having a long conversation.
Yeah. I told you, there's no surprises here. I said, we need to go somewhere where I can poop.
I go, Dave's been gone a while. And then he opens up the door and he goes, woo, all right, hey, wiping his hands
You're
off.
exaggerating.
And he goes, anybody need this right here? Because
it locks.
I know, but you had the door open. It was like wafting towards us.
No,
and
stop
that's it. No more chips and salsa for me. Thank you.
The smell of bleach was so heavy in that bathroom that when I first walked in, I threw up.
Luis, back me up. Could you smell what had David done?
Yeah, I thought it was the tacos that were spicy, but I realized there was no salsa in it, so it was just the air with Dave's spicy shit.
Burn the nose.
Well, get up in the morning, I eat a hearty breakfast, we drink coffee while we sit here and podcast, and I don't have a gallbladder. What do you want me to do? Go 6 hours without pooping? And I thought it was pretty polite of me to do it at a dirty bathroom instead of here at your house.
Anyways,
so I think I'm a hero, honestly.
I'd like to announce a new sponsor. Oh, what?
I was just going to say we also did horoscopes there.
Oh, yeah.
I missed mine.
There was a scale, and you put a quarter through a slot depending on what sign you were.
Yeah, what year do you think that thing was from?
2020.
No.
And let's go.
That was like 1960.
We have videos. And you put it through a slot there, and then you step on, and it tells you how much you weigh, and then it tells your horoscope, but they weren't good horoscopes. It was like double whammy. It was like, wow, I'm that fat, and then also you're a very jealous person.
I didn't read mine in time. I stepped off it, and mine went away.
I think yours said you were jealous, not me, right?
Yeah, mine said jealous, and I seek revenge. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But it made me lighter than what I actually am. So that was nice.
Will be mine.
So LAX Tacos, they're a new sponsor of the podcast, right?
Yeah. I mean, we haven't asked them officially.
Yeah, but they're a sponsor.
Sure.
Don't worry about it. Go over there for all your taco needs.
I'm so sleepy, bro.
And, a horchata. Yeah, you had the loaded fries.
Tacos really took it out of me.
No, it was the loaded fries you had, dude.
That's what does it?
Yeah. Tiffany Haddish's favorite spot, according to Louise.
She's such a sweetheart.
Yeah. I already said the joke there. You order the tacos, and then in the window they go, "They ready." Boom. Podcast is over, guys. I don't know if you know Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, it's like her. Yeah, that's like her. What would you call it? Her motto?
Did she grow up in Englewood?
Not entirely sure, but I mean, I would maybe assume so.
You don't know everybody in Englewood?
No,
We're giving away our location now.
Yeah.
We're giving away the taco place. Can triangulate.
Fuck.
Yeah, any day now. People will come.
Is the story about where you went to school a public access story, or is that private?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Not anymore. It's fine.
Yeah, I guess it's out there.
It's public-private.
That's a very endearing
The
story.
movie, let's just say the movie The Blind Side was based off of my life.
Yeah.
And your 4 siblings.
Yeah, except Louise had
And
no
you guys
skills.
brought no talent to the table.
Louise wasn't a future millionaire.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Just someone needed a
not
tax
right
write-off, apparently.
now. Yeah. So LAX Tacos, our new sponsor. Can we just force people to be our sponsors?
I mean, if we just plug places and they have no say in it whatsoever. Like, hey, Torrance Fireplace Supply. Thank you for sponsoring the podcast. If you need any supplies for your barbecue grill or fireplace needs, go see Torrance Fireplaces and Stuff.
And stuff?
Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
I don't know. I admitted it.
Is that a real place?
But if we just have others, maybe we have other advertisers, then people will be more. They'll be like, hey, we need to get in on that. All these people are advertising with them.
Yeah.
Try it. Do it.
Yeah, Starbucks.
Hey,
Every podcast, we
spend $20.
Yeah, we get a Starbucks. I'm not getting a pasta sandwich, but Luis gets a drink that I think is fine, but Dave is not comfortable with his sexuality, so he's like, I can't believe you order a woman's drink. I've got black coffee here. And I get a matcha latte, which is very exotic, Dave. Thank you,
we
Starbucks,
even
for
went to
supporting us.
the LAX tacos, and Luis tried to get us to get Taylor Swift lemonades.
First of all, you were all in on that.
I wanted to try it.
Taylor Swift, okay, we recorded this a couple weeks early. Taylor Swift is finishing out her tour at SoFi Stadium.
At LAX Tacos. She's a live music sometimes.
It's small venue. Get in there early. General admission. And so, again, triangulating our positions. But down the street from LAX Tacos, if you look up LAX Tacos, you see it's down the street from SoFi Stadium. Not far, probably, a mile, half mile, something like that.
Yep.
And her big world tour's ending there. And I guess LAX Tacos is capitalizing on it. It was like a purple drink, right? What was it?
Yeah, lavender lemonade.
Ooh.
We know that.
You can spend $2,000 on a ticket.
Tay-Tay.
You can spend $350 for a lavender lemonade.
Tay-Tay loves lavender.
I feel like if we're forcing
Tay-Tay?
people to be our sponsor, we should just tell like any LA fans out there, just show up to LAX Tacos and say, hey,
Yeah.
the Mermen sent me.
That's it.
Forrest and Dave sent me.
And Miami, we're going to be down there doing shows and stuff. Sandwichery on South Beach.
La Sandwichery.
La Sandwichery. It's on 14th in between.
13th, I think.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's 14th. But,
Sure.
But if it's 14th or 13th in between Washington and Collins Avenue, it's called La Sandwichery.
So good. In
It's
an
a
alley.
window place in an alley. You won't have anything bad to eat there. Trust me. You make sure you put that little house dressing on your sandwich and stuff. It's excellent. They are also a sponsor. So when you go to La Sandwichery,
thank
you
you
say,
guys.
hey, I want the Merman special. Mermen special. Jesus Christ, I didn't say the right
Yeah.
thing for our podcast. I was doing a show last night and I said, make sure you say Mermen.
Yeah.
And they said, there's a Merman podcast. That's very different. It's just a guy. With
That's
a tail.
that's my speech too. I go, hey guys, check out my podcast with comedian Forrest Shaw. It's the Mermen podcast. Don't put in Merman. Very different podcast about a guy living his life as a merman. Also, the Mormon podcast. Very different.
It just occurred to me. I remember a couple episodes ago we mentioned Richard hadn't called in a while. Do you think it's because we haven't bought the tails yet and he sent in money for some of the tails?
Oh yeah, we ripped him off.
We didn't rip them off. We're buying the tails. But
We're procrastinating.
Yeah, first the rub. It took you a while to get the rub done.
That's not my fault that it's $80 to ship something to Australia.
For a tail. And now we're like, yeah, thanks for the money, buddy. We just went to LAX Tacos
See
with
ya,
your tail money.
sucker.
So it's LAX Tacos. If you guys go there, tell them you heard about us on the Mermen podcast. La Sandwichery, you heard about us on the Mermen podcast. Also, Best Buy.
Oh, Best Buy. No, man, fuck Best Buy, dude. I'm in such a feud with them right now.
What are you in a feud about?
Man, we bought our fridge a while back, and my wife signed up for the 0% financing or whatever, and then she
Fine print.
yeah, exactly. So she was in charge of that account, and then I'm like, why are we still? It's been years. Why are we still paying for this? And we looked into it. Apparently, like after a year or two or something like that, but long story short, we owe more now than we owed when we first bought it somehow. And I've been paying it off for years.
That's how those things usually work. That's how they get you in. And then they're like, oh, it's 55% interest.
Did you fart?
No, I didn't. I might have
Louise?
burped.
Oh,
Might have burped.
All right, that one was not me. I just had to throw it out there before someone blamed me.
But anyways, we are not sponsored by Best Buy.
No.
In fact, if you go into the
If
Best
anything,
Buy,
I'm sponsoring Best Buy. I spent so much unnecessary money to Best Buy in this fucking. And then you call in to complain, and they go, "We can only see a year's worth of your records."
Shut up.
What kind of a
Shut up.
system lets you only go back for someone's records for a year?
We're trying to get
fix my problem.
We're trying to get
Best
the
Buy.
sponsors thing going here. So this
Pay
is
off my. Do the right thing, Best Buy. Pay off my fridge.
the same way that you would go into LAX Tacos or La Sandwichery in Miami, and you would say, "I heard about you on the Mermen podcast." We also have the reverse of that. You can go into Best Buy and say, "Look, I heard what kind of business you guys run on the Mermen podcast." No, maybe we could be liable for that. Maybe
No. Should go in and say, "Hey, the Mermen podcast told me to tell you to go fuck yourself."
Okay, yeah.
Best Buy.
yeah. Just do it at any Best Buy. They'll
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Like, it doesn't matter what state you're in. Just go in there.
Come in and say, "I'd like to buy a fridge," and then say, "You know what? On second thought, go fuck yourself in your fridge."
All right, who else is sponsoring us?
Who's Best
Louise?
Buys?
No, we have La Sandwichery, LAX Tacos. Anybody else that's sponsoring us?
Jamba.
Jamba Juice?
No longer Jamba Juice anymore, just Jamba.
What do you mean? It's just
Oh,
Jamba?
they just opened up a Dunkin' Donuts by my house, and it's just called Dunkin'.
Wait, Jamba is just Jamba?
Yeah.
This is a thing that they're doing now because they want to make it more like they don't want you to think you can only go there for a smoothie. They want the buzzword of Jamba, the brand recognition, but they don't want to be pigeonholed into just
if
being
you didn't know what it was, I guess
juice.
I assume everybody knows what Jamba is.
That's what it is, man. We're all big dumb animals that just respond to marketing and the certain colors and fonts. And
Do you like Jamba Juice or Jamba?
I mean, I don't mind it.
I
like
think
a smoothie.
we need to stick to independent people first because
money,
it'll have more of an effect.
I'll tell you a chain that I really enjoy, and I wish there was one in my neighborhood.
Go into Jamba and say, Mermen podcast. I heard about you guys in the Mermen podcast, and say code Mermen to get a
promo code.
If you buy a large smoothie, you get a small free.
Promo code.
Tell them that. I think we should start doing that for everyone. For real, do this. Whatever business you really like. I don't care what it is. Just go into it and just say, I heard about you on the Mermen podcast.
Everywhere.
And then every single time, code name Mermen, code Mermen for whatever you want in there. Buy one, get one free. Free fries at a Burger King or something like that.
We should have some stickers made up, and then people can leave stickers at the place.
Yeah, that's
You've been
vandalism.
Mermen.
That's vandalism.
You know what I really like? I like an angel food from Smoothie King. That's a real I know Smoothie King is a very corporate entity.
Yes, that's Jamba.
Yeah. I think, hard to beat a Smoothie King smoothie, man. It's just.
I don't think I've had one in 20 years.
It's really good.
No, I've had them. I just haven't had them forever.
Really good.
Also,
I don't know if it is healthy or not, but it makes you feel like you're eating healthy. It fills you up.
So pretty much everyone's sponsoring the Mermen podcast. Mainly Comedy Records, but
Comedy Records. Thank you for actually giving us money.
Yeah, go into the Comedy Records store,
Yeah.
which they don't have. But if they did, go in there and be like, heard about you guys on the Mermen podcast, and that would actually make sense. But any other business,
Just buy Forrest's album.
go in and say, heard about you on the Mermen podcast. And be like, what? But stick with it. The Mermen podcast with Forrest, Sean, Dave Williamson, and they'll be like, I don't know, I guess. And you're like, yeah, you guys are like a sponsor of theirs? And what? Because even if that gets up the ladder somehow and they're like, are you guys saying we're sponsors of you? We're like, well,
You're welcome.
It's a comedy podcast.
Yeah, well, we were fronting you owe us for 7 spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told Richard we're going to buy a tail of his money too. We lie a lot on this, so.
Yeah. What are some other corporate entities that you really like, that you're faithful to?
I mean, everything's a corporate entity at this point.
You know what I mean? Like very recognizable. Best Buy is a good example. I used to love going to Best Buy. It's really soured my experience with them.
Yeah, I've had nothing but good experiences with Best Buy. So that's on you. I like.
It's no longer the Best Buy.
Certain grocery stores I'm really into.
Oh yeah, Publix. Speaking of Florida.
I'll tell you the best grocery stores. Is our caller? Are we supposed to call our caller?
Oh yeah, shit.
I'll tell you the best grocery stores real quick.
Yeah.
In Southeast United States, Publix.
Uh-huh.
Over here, I'll tell you what, grocery stores aren't great in the West Coast. There's not one that I'm like, this one's crushing it.
Yeah, just kind of.
Ralph's is okay.
Yeah, just gets the job done.
Yeah, they're all like, you got to spend a lot of money for them to get Gelson's. Man, in Texas, in that area, HEB, you ever been to one of those? Hebs, those crush hard.
No.
Those are awesome.
Sounds like a racial slur.
I don't know what it stands for, HEB. Yeah. Those Hebs running around. Yeah. And then Wegmans in the Northeast.
Never even heard of that one.
Fucking killer one. That was from my college days, Wegmans.
Speaking of Starbucks, when you go up to the Northwest, the little mom and pop coffee stands are really cool.
They all sponsor us.
Yeah, all of them, every one of them. Yeah, cocoa beans to go. Huh. Yeah,
that's a fake one.
Yeah, Sally's Coffee.
Cocoa beans to go is what you. Were you in an improv group?
Yes, and
cocoa bean to go.
Second quarter.
I've started getting into DoorDash and Uber Eats and stuff for the first time ever. I never really tackled that.
Why are you behind 10 years on everything?
I don't know.
Uber Eats?
Yeah.
That's worse than last episode when Louise Village finally got electricity. I feel like it's...
They were introduced to electricity.
Uber Eats is like, if you said that to someone, now you're like, I just used Uber Eats for the first time. Like, what?
I used it once or twice if I was on the road, didn't have a car, and was starving and needed something, and I figured it out. But now, we got a bunch of gift cards for.
Dude, I was in the middle of nowhere in Bali, and I used Uber Eats.
It's really reasonable.
What's a version of Uber Eats? I forget what it's called over there. But
DoorDash.
I think it's not. It's a version of DoorDash. I think it's operated by DoorDash. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, so you've never used it before?
I'd used it once or twice, when I was in a real bind.
It's the best.
Yeah. Well, I could see how you get addicted to doing it really easy. It's so easy and convenient, and it's makes you lazy.
Lazy as opposed to what? Going to pick up?
Going to get it yourself.
The pizza? A lot of effort in that. Where you got to press down on the gas pedal. It's like it's not like you're expending calories to go get it. It's just more convenient. You can do it's a time saver.
Yeah.
It's like you can get shit done, while you're waiting for your food. What'd you order?
Orlando just sent me a message. We ordered pizza near our house.
That is the only thing that sucks about the invention of Postmates and Uber. Is like the pizza delivery, you have to go through them now.
Yeah, no, a lot of the restaurants won't even do delivery guys because they're like, my delivery guys are just here twiddling their thumbs, so you have to use those services.
I used to love calling up and ordering pizza.
In the pizza wars in the 90s, you remember that shit when it was like
you could pay cash?
What kind of household are you? You a Papa John's household? You a Domino's household? You a Pizza Hut household?
No, we got Little Caesars Pizza Treat. It wasn't even Little Caesars.
Yeah.
It was a pizza place across the University of Miami.
I think it's this microphone I'm smelling.
Yeah, that's your breath.
A fart.
Yeah, that's your microphone breath.
You don't wash these, Luis?
No.
I think you're
Just throw them in with my socks.
I think your cat's gotten into this mic.
Okay.
I mean, unless my cat shit in the room.
Anyways,
cats do shit in the room.
We would go. That's not like out of the question. You used to have a litter box right over there.
Papa John's was a game changer. When Papa John's came out, we were like,
gross.
this is so fancy.
Papa John sucks.
You get a little tub of
Garlic butter.
Garlic butter. It's got a little table that keeps the box off of the. Oh man, so good.
Yeah, I didn't like any of the chains. They're gross. This place was Little Caesars Pizza Treat. It's across from the University of Miami.
Little Caesars is good.
No, this was not Little Caesars. This was an independent pizza chain, and there was some legal snafu, like something that they were ahead of this. So it was just a mom and pop pizza place. Had a window where you could watch them toss the dough in the air, and they delivered, and it was like really good sauce and cheese and stuff. And I think it just went out of business like 5 years ago or some shit. It was in forever. And we used to know this guy. God, what's his name? Matt Houston. His name. He was a delivery guy there. Yeah. And if we called up and ordered a certain thing at a certain time and he was there, we'd get a free pizza. I don't remember how it worked. We would get a free pizza out of it.
Sounds like he was giving you.
Hey,
he was.
Yeah. We knew him. Yeah, but we had to call him.
Scamming the establishment for bigger tips.
Hey, look, we spent plenty of money there too, but we had to do a code word. I forget what it was. The fucking pizza is left the oven or something. But were you going something with the Uber Eats, or you're just like, wow, this service is amazing?
Nah, just was sharing my experience.
Have you used Uber Eats before, Luis?
Yeah.
How many times would you say in the last
young
year?
Guy, dude. He probably uses it a lot.
I'm older than you, and I've used it a lot. Like, how many times in the last year?
I actually don't use it too much, but let's say 5.
In the year?
Yeah.
We'll do that in a fucking week. No problem.
I'd just rather do drive-through. I don't like getting like warm food.
I'll tell you the problem with Postmates, Uber Eats, DoorDash. Caviar is like a version of DoorDash. That's like the fancier restaurants for DoorDash. It keeps a record of everything you've eaten and when you eat it and what you ordered.
So
and with a fat man like me, it's not a good.
It's a sad log to look back on.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that was doing good there. That was.
Look at these salads.
Yeah, no, there's definitely some salads on there. Then there's like, there's just some bad shit on there. Yeah, actually, you should see if you can erase that somehow. If I call Postmates, they're like, is there any way to erase my history?
You can erase it with a little exercise, buddy. Cross it out.
What do you mean?
Like in real life, like you erase the fact you ate that by doing a little exercise.
No, I don't want the record of it. That's not. I can exercise all I want. The record's going to stay there. Ugh. Is that how you think digital records that you get on a treadmill and they erase as you're jogging?
I mean, I was looking at it a little bit more metaphorically.
It's a Black Mirror episode. It's a good one. Yeah, write that one down. Write that one too.
Third quarter.
Right, here we go. Ian back.
Hey.
You're not driving, are you? Is this dangerous?
No, I'm in the car right now just after getting my nose waxed and my eyebrows. My eyebrows and my nose waxed.
Oh, you got like the inside of your nostrils?
Yeah, it's the best.
Wait.
It's so good.
Who does that?
The wax place. Some random lady on the street. European Wax Center.
All right. Aren't you fancy these days?
Yeah, no, I've actually been doing it for years. I dated this girl forever ago, and she was a cosmetologist, and she waxed my nose, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome. So I've always been doing it for about fucking 16 years. Excuse my language.
Yeah, getting pampered's fun sometimes. You ever get a pedicure, mani-pedi?
I haven't had one in forever, but it is fun, right? It is different. Have you ever had the fish one?
No, but I've had fish eat at my feet when I was just at like a lake or something.
Oh, it's crazy. It's so good. It's like the size of that fish right behind on Forrest's back.
Oh, yeah. It's hogfish. I got a pedicure like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah. Something like that. 2-3 weeks. Whenever. My feet are bad.
Such a princess.
My feet get like really nasty. Not to get gross here. But,
Yeah, my feet are horrific. And I have to get one like once a year or so. And I'm so embarrassed because the little lady always says like that I need to get the upgrade because they have to put like the polish on my toenail and like get out the big grinder and stuff. And I'm like, I just tell them like, yeah, just yes to all the upgrades because if nothing else, I feel bad. You got to touch my feet.
I love that. I love a guy from a car family getting taken by the upgrade.
Sometimes people earn the money is all I'm saying. You know, they deserve it.
Undercoating.
Yeah.
You need to undercoat.
So this is this is a very Miami centric podcast, Florida centric podcast. And
love it.
Yeah. Some of my favorite memories of Miami comedy were when you would come down to that Coconut Grove Improv and I first got to know you and I'd open for you there. And you'd always, because you work the crowd a lot. If people don't know, Ian's very good at working the crowd and working off the cuff. And you'd always talk about Grand Avenue, where you're like, very, very expensive place here, very nice. And then you go one block too far, and it's murder.
It's murder. It would go Improv, Fat Tuesdays, CVS, then murder.
Yeah.
And actually, you could be in the wrong aisle in CVS and end up in Murderville.
Fair enough.
Well, do you have any like specific story that you remember? I know you were there recently too, or anything about Miami or Florida that like sticks out.
Well, here's the funny. So we wanted to go do alligators. So we want to go hang with alligators, and we just went on our own. And it was the summer, and you told you guys. I talked to you about this the other day, Forrest. Yeah. You're like, but alligators don't come out in the summer. They hide in the summer because that kind of stuff. But the guy Justin, he's like, oh, you guys should have told me. You could have gone to my friend's place and swam with alligators. I was just like, what?
Just in his swimming pool? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just I just love that it goes from beautiful condos, penthouses, right to a guy with alligators in his backyard, and that just goes nuts.
Everybody knows. Everyone's 1 degree of separation from knowing a guy who can take you to go swim with some gators.
I never swam with any though. Yeah.
I'm sure you did, but you just didn't even know.
Didn't know it. Yeah, you definitely did. There's a gator in not so much in Miami, but other parts of Florida, there is literally a gator in every single swimming hole.
I don't know. Louise is telling you to move the phone. I don't know.
What do you want me to do
happening.
Please?
I mean, it looks like you're just pointing them out to the abyss. You want to show yourself when you're talking.
Yeah.
I was pointing him to Forrest.
You don't have to keep pointing him back and forth. He knows what I look like. You're not recording with that, so it doesn't matter.
I'm screen recording.
I know, but he's got to.
He's one of my favorite men. I also remember one of my favorite things about Miami was when we first started going down there. Dave, your family still had the Cadillac dealerships.
Yeah,
and you guys had the tickets to go to it was a suite for basketball.
Yeah,
and me and you and Fultron would go there and watch the watch the games. And then I remember we went and we didn't go to the suite and Full Charge was concerned about your family's business. He goes, I don't think they're doing as well.
It just probably wasn't basketball season. Yeah, that first time I took you, I think I just met you guys, and I was like, do you guys want to go to a basketball game tomorrow? And you're like, I guess. I mean, the MC's not usually the one with these hookups, but... And then that was when LeBron played for Cleveland. The
MC put us in a box.
Like prime rib?
Yeah. Struggling in this comedy world. Yeah.
Do you guys find the same as me when somebody goes, hey, do you want to do this? And it just doesn't fit? You got to do it because it turns out really cool.
I mean, I don't say no to many things. I'm pretty on board with any life adventure.
Well, I was in DC a couple years ago when Bush was still in office, and this guy goes, "Hey, do you want to go to the White House tomorrow?" I'm like,
he shows up with bolt cutters. Let's go.
Well, he goes, this is what he said. He goes, well, give me your driver's license and meet me here tomorrow. I'm like, all right. So I gave him my driver's license overnight. I'd never met him before. And I just gave a complete stranger my driver's license.
Did it work out?
Yeah, we went to the White House. We were hanging out. It was crazy.
Yeah, I did that in DC too. I was doing shows with Tom Rhodes there, and we ended up at the Library of Congress, but like in a private tour. Like this guy, like after shows, you guys want to go see the Library of Congress? And you're like, yeah. I guess. If you've never been to the Library of Congress, it's stunning. And said that I don't know why no one ever goes in there. It's like this amazing building. And the same thing, we had to give our licenses, and the next day we're just in the Library of Congress. Like, all right, we're just. But I think have you gone to that place in Iowa with the bonobos?
What's a bonobos?
At the Iowa?
Oh yes, I have. I've been to the. So they took me there because I did that chimpanzee movie, right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so it's in Iowa, and there's a rescue for chimpanzees, bonobo chimpanzees, and they're just talk. Like, you want to go?
But they talk. The chimpanzees right? Isn't that the place where they can communicate with
they can. So they showed them the video of me in the movie, right?
Well, oh, really?
And with the chimpanzee in the movie, and then like the chimpanzees were like, "Hey, we got somebody big here."
Yeah, it was. So they took you because of the movie. It was like a server that like volunteered or something from the. I think it was Iowa. That was the Des Moines Funny Bone. It had to be. And then
Des Moines Funny Bone. Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, you used to be a biologist, so I'm sure you would like. I can get you in there. I just need an excuse to bring you in there. I think like so. It wasn't just like
used to be a marine biologist. You need to see the chimpanzees immediately.
But I remember.
I think it was they wouldn't just bring any comedian. They had to have some sort of attachment to the animal.
Yeah.
This guy really likes monkeys.
He worked with manatees.
Yeah.
But and I met
this guy's been on monkey bars. Let's bring him down.
He's a huge Phoenix Suns fan, and their mascot is a gorilla. I mean, come on.
The sad thing though was that they at one point they go, it knows that it's in captivity and it will talk to you like using this board that it can talk, and it wants to be outside. And I'm like, why'd you have to tell me that? I was doing good here when it was just talking to me and saying, hey, nice shirt or whatever. You know, I was like fucking. Just sad.
Everything he would say things to you, and it always ended in help.
Yeah, and then he throws shit at you. You know, standard.
Do you remember that lady that got her face torn off by the chimpanzees?
Oh yeah, that was in Florida, right? She had a pet she had a pet monkey, and then the monkey was in a bad mood one day, and it bit her face off.
Bit her face off, and then it ripped her husband's ass cheek off. That's what I remember the most about it. Like,
and then they had to repair her face with his other ass cheek.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, this says Connecticut. I think there's a lot of
Connecticut.
There's more than one though. There's a lot of people that the moral of the story is do not get a chimpanzee.
Yeah. And if you do, de-teeth them.
I remember when I worked with them, they're like, you can hang with this guy because he's sexually mature. As soon as he's sexually mature, he will hump you. Like that's his whole like that. He's just gonna, and he's got the strength of 5 men, and he's gonna hold you down and hump you until he gets you. I'm like, good thing we're doing a movie with it. That other one seems sexually mature.
What was the movie, Ian?
MVP 2, Most Valuable Primate.
Oh, did it play hockey?
It played hockey.
Wait, you know it, Louise?
Yeah, I think I have a DVD.
Will you sign it for Louise?
Oh, absolutely. I was at a Stanley Cup party this year, and we had a picture taken with the Stanley Cup and one of the players, and my buddy goes, "Hey man, that guy's a big fan of yours." I'm like, "Shut up." And it comes flying over. He goes, "You were in the movie MVP too, weren't you?" And I'm just like, "What?" And he goes, "You're much older now." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how life works, you idiot."
Wait, what was MVP 1? What was he playing?
Well, he was in MVP 1, the original MVP. He gets lost in the forest and ends up living with a family in a small town, and he ends up playing high school hockey.
Okay.
MVP 2, he ends up in the NHL, and I play on the Seattle Simians with him.
Seattle Simians. It is kind of insulting. They're like, even this dumb monkey can play hockey.
Yeah. Those are great credits. I remember the first time when I was a young comic, the first time I met Court McCown, I was emceeing, and I was like, hey, what credits do you want me to use? He goes, tell him I was in Teen Wolf and Can't Buy Me Love. And I was like, yeah. It's funny. And he's like,
You laughed at?
Yeah.
You laughed at?
yeah. He was like, I'm serious. And I go, oh, that's pretty awesome, actually. But I just thought he was like trying to think of the two most random movies he could think of, but he really was in those movies.
You're like, no, you weren't. And then you're like, oh, he was. He was the asshole on both of those things. My wife, when she met him, she goes, that guy's from I Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I'm like, what?
Teen Wolf was like, that was, come on. I know. I always try to suspend it. Yeah, but
I watched it the other day. It really doesn't hold up.
I know, because at no point are they like, there's not a point where they're like, there's a werewolf. They're not like, there's got to be at least one point where they're like, the fucking werewolf, and then they continue on. They're just like, yeah, that guy. Anyways, let's keep playing this.
That's like, nobody really freaks out. There's just one guy. He's a werewolf.
Yeah, it's got to be in the rule book somewhere. See, that's
right. Yeah,
that's the gateway.
It's more like he's racist than he's scared of it being a werewolf. Hey, no blood glass.
Yeah, you're not like us. You're different.
There's that.
I mean, I think
you're different. Yeah,
that's the underlying tone of it.
Actually, he is really different. He's not the same species.
Yeah, he's a fictional character. Yeah, I always identify with he had his buddy Shades. Shades, like, you know, was like the cool guy who was like, everyone knew him, and he was like the guy who was like, you should surf on the roof of the car and da da da. There's one of those characters in every 80s movie, and I always identify
the guy that gets him to do things.
I always identify with the guy that like everyone kind of likes, but he's not the most popular guy in school.
Yeah. We call it.
No, I find you, Dave, the other guy. I find you the guy that gets talked into things. Okay, I'll do that.
That's fair.
You know, the best 80s movie is Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good.
I remember Johnny Be Good.
Yes.
I remember being a movie.
Who's the guy? It's the blonde kid from Weird Science.
Oh,
Michael Anthony Hall.
Yeah.
Michael Anthony Hall.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man is also Iron Man is
Rob
the guy
Lowe.
that talks.
Robert Downey.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Sounds like Rob Lowe. And it's one of the funniest movies ever. There's the coach in it. The coach is the teacher from I can't even remember. I'm trying to put it all together, but he has this funniest line in there. He's lying about he like cashes in his plane ticket for a bus ticket. This is the coach because he's like Johnny Be Good's a football player and he's trying to get him to go all these places. So he's like scamming money all over the place. And he cashes in the plane ticket for a bus ticket, and he goes, and just to keep the lie going, he goes, the airplane was crowded. It was so busy. Just lying about being on a plane. I love it.
There's another one, Delta, our podcast.
Oh, Delta. Thank you, Delta, for sponsoring the podcast. Ian, speaking of which.
Delta Airlines?
Yeah.
Well, we have a thing where we just tell our listeners to go whenever they go into a business and say, we heard about you on the Mermen podcast.
Yeah.
They don't,
Also,
awesome.
What kind of car are you driving right now, Ian?
You guys, it's from Florida. You guys should be more Spirit.
Spirit Airlines.
Oh, Spirit Airlines. I thought you meant Spirited.
Yeah, we're pretty spirited.
You guys are very spirited.
Spirit, Frontier, JetBlue.
So speaking about being up for anything and also airlines, I remember one time, one of the first times I met you, Ian, you were like, I heard today that they auction lost luggage off at the airport. And I was like, I've never heard that before. And you were like, do you want to go?
I was in Miami and I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Tell the story.
Ian was like, he's like, I heard that they have like luggage auctions for people who don't never come back and claim their lost luggage. He's like, there's going to be one tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Do you want to go? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to go. So I picked him up at like 6 a.m. from the comedy condo. We drove down to Miami International Airport. I think McCullough went with us too. And,
I was going to say, yeah.
And then we drove around and we could never, I don't think we ever found it or something. I can't remember how it ended.
We stood in line. Remember, we stood in line.
Oh, there was a lot of people there for it.
Yeah.
Oh, so you had to
they only do it every 6 months.
You know, a lot of people were like you had to wait in line to get a number or some shit, or what? It was that silent auction, or
Yeah, it was like storage wars, but with luggage instead of storage containers. We were way ahead of our time. That would have been real entertaining content. But I don't even think we were filming it. We were just going to do it.
Yeah, that's like, is that still a thing?
We had dreams of finding something exciting in the suitcase. Is what we had.
Yeah,
I think Ian was going to take it to the show that night and then just open it up on stage and go through it.
Oh yeah, we were gonna buy one for you, one for me, one for her, and we were gonna buy one for the crowd. and they were gonna open it up and we were gonna see what was inside it.
We should still do that.
And we never got in.
I don't know.
Never got
looking
in.
it up right now. If LAX has got that. It's got to be the right airport.
It's the most Florida thing ever. It's the most Florida thing ever. It sounds like a great idea, and then it didn't turn out.
Yeah, well,
we tried.
The whole state, pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, have you guys been, when you guys lived there, did you guys go through any bad hurricanes?
Yeah, Hurricane Andrew.
God, yeah.
The worst hurricane ever hit Florida, basically.
Irma, like, destroyed my mom's house, like, in the Keys. Yeah, I've been through some really bad ones. Yeah,
I went through a hurricane.
They're only getting better.
Yeah, I went through a hurricane on a boat in the Bahamas. I think it was Hurricane Felix or something like that. Yeah, we were in Great Harbor Cay, and so we tied up. We tied up really well. But the thing that was scary was that in the middle of the hurricane, you could hear line snapping on other people's boats who weren't in town. So we were worried about their boats coming and banging into our boat. So now me and my dad and my buddy Harry, who was with us, we were running around tying up other people's boats in the middle of a hurricane so that they wouldn't just take out everyone else's boat.
Bad news, guys. Miami International no longer auctions off unclaimed lost and found luggage. Instead, they sell the goods to Goodwill in a bulk. Goodwill buys bulk luggage from Miami International. I wanted to do that. It seemed fun. Yeah.
Goodwill's a scam.
End of an era.
Also, Goodwill, thank you for sponsoring the podcast. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for all the itchy shirts.
I donated a ton of stuff to Goodwill yesterday.
Goodwill. What'd you donate?
I cleaned out my garage like a man. I built a deck and cleaned out my garage this week. And I had a bunch of clothes.
Somebody's not working for a couple of weeks.
Basically, I've been home. That's 100% what's been going on. So I'm the kind of person that I don't like to just give anything away. Like if I collect enough of it, I can have a garage sale and I will get at least $3 for every single thing I own. And I was so overwhelmed with the garage, I just told my wife, I go, take it all to Goodwill. I don't care. Just take it. And then I sold a couple. I sold a bike and some golf clubs and shit like that, like on the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Rose Bowl. Remember?
We're gonna be at the Rose Bowl.
We're selling stuff at the Rose Bowl flea market.
Oh yeah, Forrest and I are gonna go record We're gonna record a podcast episode at the Rose Bowl flea market,
November 12th,
and sell stuff.
Yeah.
The Rose Bowl flea market is fantastic. I haven't been in forever, but I used to go there and buy razors. I'm guessing they were stolen razors.
Razors.
Was this back to your eyebrow problem?
Yeah, back to the facial hair. But you could get like those the most expensive razors you could get for like $10, and there would be big packages of them. And I'm guessing they were all stolen, but it was awesome.
I've never that wouldn't be the last thing I would think anyone would buy at the Rose Bowl flea market. But I guess you can get anything there. So
you can get new stuff there. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's.
We're going to have a smorgasbord of stuff. I believe it's November 12th. I was just filling out the application the other day. Yeah, November 12th. That's when we're doing it.
All right.
You better put that in your calendar. Yeah.
Heard it here first,
Come
everybody.
get your razors, Ian. Come up there and hang out with us.
Well,
I'll come up and sell used.
Yeah, there you go. I'll say, Ian, while we have you on, it's cool to see. I've known you a long time, buddy. You know I love you. It's cool to see that you've been blowing up so much lately. And the way I explain it to people is that what's popular right now is people putting crowd work clips up on reels and on social media and everything. And there's no one better at it than you. And you have a catalog of 20 years of that shit, you know? And it's so cool that the people have been able to find you or to be more invested in you because that's what's popular right now. And while everyone else, or not everyone, but a lot of people are forcing that, it's very authentic to your act. And it's just cool, man. So congrats.
You know what, Dave? I agree with you a little bit, but at the same time, you should post what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. You got to post like under a minute. Those things got to be, and everybody can tell a joke in under a minute. But if you got to just stick to your guns, and I really believe this. I truly believe this. We're like popcorn. You don't know when you're gonna pop. You know, so you just gotta, if you gotta stay on the fire. That's all it is. You just gotta stick to you and stay on the fire.
That's sad though, because when I pop popcorn, there's a lot of kernels that never pop. I feel like.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
That's me down there.
That's a product called Kernel.
Yeah, he's pretty hard on the outside. And he's hard all over, actually. Really hard to get through there, but. All right, cool. Well, thanks for being on the podcast, Ian.
Yeah, plug some
Thanks
dates,
for having
buddy.
me, guys.
Where can people come see you? This is coming out on August 14th. Very important day to us.
Let's put it out right now. This weekend, August 4th through 6th.
Oh, that already happened.
Yeah, those are good shows. Those are great shows.
I know that's what. You guys missed shows in North Carolina and Virginia.
They were great.
What do I have coming up? I have Carmi, Illinois coming up in the next couple weeks. This is something I booked in January before things started turning around. I'm doing an elk haul or something like that.
Noise.
And
It's a benefit for the chimpanzees.
For the popcorn pops.
I'm making no money at all. It's fantastic. But I'm going in September. I'm going to Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Dubai, and a couple other places over there.
How are our numbers over there, Luis?
Pretty good.
Where at?
In Saudi Arabia,
Bahrain,
yeah,
Dubai.
Who cares about over there? We're trying to get people to go there.
Oh yeah. Well, we got
We
great numbers
actually-
there. You're gonna sell good.
We actually debuted. I forgot to tell you guys. That's my bad. #1 in Cambodia.
Whoa! You're gonna sell your Cambodian Josie in just from his appearance.
We're not fucking around.
You guys had 10 listeners in Cambodia, and we're #1.
That's it.
They just got podcasts there. So that's Mermen. They're
Big-
like
big in the Mermen
Actually, it's
culture.
the same weather as Miami.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Google Ian. Go see
my
him
God.
whenever he comes near your place of residence. And thank you once again to Delta Airlines, our sponsor, for flying Ian around the country. Sell us some old luggage, please.
Sell us some old luggage. Sadly, it's called United. I love you both.
All right, buddy. Love you.
There you go, Pony Boys.
Your eyebrows look great. All right, we had a guest.
Yeah, November 12th is the thing.
We did it.
Fourth quarter.
This really does stink.
You want to get a fishing report?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Oh, he's in Vermont.
I'm going.
Sorry. He'll be back at the end of the summer. He just texted me as I said that.
I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing this weekend.
Go fishing. November 12th is the Rose Bowl Flea Market. I didn't tell you guys?
You might have. I think I ignored you.
Yeah, we overpromise and underdeliver on this podcast. That's what we do. I got shit to sell, so I'm going to be out there, whether you guys are or not.
All right. What does it
What do you-
cost to get the spot?
$180, I think, or something like that. But I got to get a van from U-Haul.
Oh.
It's probably going to cost like $100. About
Can you fit it in my Jeep if I put the seats down?
No, absolutely not. I got a lot of stuff.
What kind of stuff are you going to sell?
I got some furniture. I've got some artwork. I've got like some various other stuff in storage.
I forgot we were doing that. I just got rid of all this shit.
I've been your place. You got more shit.
Yeah, I'll find something.
You're gonna sell stuff, Louise?
I mean,
Turbo Man?
I have the bare minimum in here. There's nothing to give away.
I see a lot of stuff.
Like everything? What's that?
I can
boombox?
sell barbecue rubs. They're right.
Yeah.
You might not be. You're not allowed to sell food. Barbecue rubs probably okay. I don't know. There's a lot of rules. I'll have to send them to you. We also have to be there at like 5 a.m.
I'll meet you around 7.
You're not gonna be there with the.
You get set up.
How am I gonna unload shit?
Oh, I'm supposed to help you with that?
We're a team.
Luis, want to make a couple bucks?
Yeah.
Okay, you can sleep on the couch. I don't know where I'm gonna be living by then.
You need to
I
come
could be
on.
living down here.
You need to come on over to El Segundo, bro. I'm telling you, it's going to change your quality of life. You're going to be close to me. Come over for family dinners. Close to the airport. We can pop down.
dinners.
We can ride bikes down the Strand together.
This Lethal Weapon. I'm coming to family dinners.
Why not? Come on.
It's the road cop.
We should get a tandem bicycle if you move into my neighborhood.
Oh, tandem bike.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
We had one. Remember on Labor Days?
Oh yeah. I wasn't on Labor Days.
You weren't on Labor Days?
I think I was in one episode. I was a guest star. Was I in it?
Yeah, you weren't a regular in Labor Days.
No.
There was only Labor Days is a web series that John Wynn created, and I helped write with him. And it was me and John Wynn and Orlando Leyba and Kirk Meadows.
And Lisa Correo.
She was in an episode. She was in every episode. The people that were in every episode.
What was I? Oh, I was.
me,
I played a gay guy.
Oh yeah, you were having the surrogate.
Me and Daniel Reskin.
Yeah, you were a gay couple, and you had a surrogate
Kid, yeah.
A person having your
Oh
kid.
man, I should go back and watch that. I wonder if that's problematic.
Oh no, I think the whole series is problematic.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Labor Day, check it out on YouTube.
We had to so we had to take photos. We do a photo shoot. Me and Daniel.
I mean, the concept of the show was I ran a day labor crew.
Yeah.
And I was intentionally mean to them and probably racist.
Racist,
yeah.
yeah.
But it was like that was the whole joke, you know. But even back then, I remember we won some awards in a web series, and even back then, John Wynn would get shit. John Wynn, who's Vietnamese, would get shit and be like, "That's racist against Asians." And he goes, "I'm Asian. I wrote it. Like it's the satire of what we're doing, you know." And people are like, "Still racist." It's like, do you know what satire is? Like it's like, you know. But yeah. Anyway.
Me and Daniel Reskin played a gay married couple. So we had to go to do a photo shoot of us like holding each other. And like just candid photos, like so it put them around the set, so it looked like our house, right? Mm-hmm. And there was this one photo of me just holding him like in an embrace and like sniffing his hair, and he's like this and so I actually sent that photo to my gay cousin, and he texted me back and was like, "Oh my god," he's like, I've never had anyone hold me like that. That looks like I don't remember. Even some funny comment about how real.
I don't even remember how that episode ended.
I don't either.
I forget.
The only thing I remember is it was like one of the first times I ever really shot something where you like get mic'd up and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I did not know John that well at the time. And I went and took a shit during. And so when he was editing audio, he was like, "Did you take like a 15-minute shit in the middle of it?" And I go, "Oh, you heard that?"
You're like, Yeah, that was a really good thing about doing that was there was a call sheet that you got the set, and he was using a lot of students and stuff, but you got the set, and it was run like any set that you would do for anything that you've done, television, film, or anything, because John was running it. And so it was very helpful because I shot, we did 8 episodes or 7 episodes. I forget now, but and we did so much of it that by the end I was like, oh yeah, I know what it's like to be. I remember getting my call sheet in LA the first time. I'm like, yeah, I already know what all this shit. Like instead of being like, what is this? Some of us didn't go to fancy film school like Louise,
Thanks, John.
But yeah, it's on the web somewhere. I'm sure it's cancelable.
Yeah.
But
Louise, who paid for your film school?
Sandra Bullock, blonde wig. Yeah.
Good answer.
Sandy.
All right, I got a lot of stuff to do today. Should we wrap this up?
I don't know. Should we?
We don't have any. We already did all of our texts and voicemails a couple episodes ago, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think we need to wrap this up.
Bye.
DaveWilliamson.com, @DaveW.com. What?
August 30th.
Yes.
I'm doing a show at the Improv.
Oh, yeah. Go support that.
It is International Myeloma Foundation is the benefit for them. And it's about multiple myeloma. They specialize in education and support and outreach and everything for patients and their families with multiple myeloma. That is the cancer that my mom passed away from. And when she was alive, they were very helpful and useful to my mom and her struggle or battle with cancer. And so I've done a bunch of shows in the past supporting them. I haven't done one since COVID. So this is the first one back. It's at the Improv, August 30th. If you live in LA, come out to the show, 7:30 p.m. Right now, Jim Jeffries is on the show, Francisco Ramos, myself, Camilla Cleese, all people that have, Jim knew my mom, but all people whose lives have been affected by this cancer, all those comics that I mentioned with their parents. And what was I gonna say? We're gonna add another comic too. But if you can't make it to the show, I have a link. It'll be on my website. It'll be on my Instagram and stuff. You can still donate to the actual function and stuff, and that's August 3rd. So when this comes out, by the time this comes out, the links and all that stuff will be up for that thing. So if you're in the LA area, come up. Tickets are gonna sell fast. So
Yeah, that's cool, buddy.
yeah.
August 15th, which is tomorrow, I think, is my monthly show in El Segundo. It has no other, it doesn't benefit anything other than just it's fun. August 15th, I have Eleanor Kerrigan. I have Annie Lederman. I have Francisco Ramos.
Oh, I just mentioned them.
Yeah.
Getting around.
And I have Amir K. Good lineup.
I love Amir K.
Yeah, good
they're all
lineup.
very funny, all these people, but Amir K is just a fun. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah,
ever.
man, I sell barbecue out the back. It's a good time. Just go to my social media, Dave W Comedy, and I'm sure I have a bunch of shit posted about it. Also, thank you to everyone who came out to Dr. Grins this past weekend. I'm going to be in Vegas.
Sorry about that Friday.
You know what happens. Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, August 28th to September 3rd. The Mermen are touring through Florida, September 20th to 24th. Key West, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Come on out. Big thanks to Flanagan's, our sponsor for that tour. We appreciate you.
Yeah, Flanagan's and Sick Go.
And Chicken Kitchen, mustard curry sauce will change your life. October 5th, I'm going to be up in Northern California and Tracy, California, Grand Theater of the Arts. And in October, I'm going to be in Boise, Idaho, Lounge at the End of the University. DaveWilliamsonComedy.com.
I got a Forrest.net. I'm in Vegas this week, and then I'm in San Diego at Mike Drop in October, and also the Florida shows. Blah, 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 blah.
That's it. Okay, guys. Thank y'all.
The Mermen.